Hey guys, go subscribe to my gaming channel, Kurtis Pogger. It's a great time. I'm posting highlights from my Twitch streams on there. And if you didn't know, I stream twice a week on Twitch, so go follow me there as well. All right, thanks so much. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? How's it going? And if you're coming back, what's up? How's it going? It's really good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. All right, folks, I have a confession. Some of you may not like what you're about to hear, but I like video games. I grew up playing video games. My first console I ever got was the Sega Genesis, and it was awesome, man. It was a freaking sweet console. They snapped. Sega Genesis snap. I played Sonic the Hedgehog 2 like every single day, even though I could never even get past the second level because video games were so hard back then, and I was also a 6-year-old boy, so I feel like the odds were against me. Also a little redundant to say 6-year-old boy.
I was a 6-year-old man.
Every day after school, my friend Connor would come over to my house. We'd turn on my huge, thick, double-cheeked up Zenith television, turn on Sega Genesis, we'd play Aladdin, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Jurassic Park. I guess this was back when like every movie and TV show needed a video game tie-in for some reason. Yo, come over to my house, dude. I just got Everybody Loves Raymond. The game. Everybody loves gaming. Then when I was around like 9 or 10, I got into like PC gaming, politically correct gaming. No, like computer games. And it was very different back then. Like nowadays, people spend like 15 grand on a gaming setup so they can play Among Us.
Hello?
But when I was a kid, I feel like any desktop computer could just play any game. So yeah, my stepdad actually worked for a telecommunications company. And one day he came home with just like 2 spare computers that they had just laying around. So me and my sister each got our own like desktop computer, which was so fucking sick. Stepfathers, take notes, all right? That's how you fucking do it. Me and my sister would like spend hours playing games on websites like Miniclip, Newgrounds, Addicting Games, and we would just play games that were fucking way too violent for kids to be playing. But hey, I turned out just fine. I didn't say I turned out good, I said I turned out just fine. But PC and Flash games played like a huge role in my life. Technically, my first girlfriend was actually on Habbo Hotel, and I'm not proud to admit that. Okay, I'm not bragging, but in my defense, she did say that she'd give me a bunch of Habbo credits and some cool furniture for my virtual hotel room if I agreed to date her. So I said yes, okay? She was my Habbo Hotel sugar mama. I never really talked to her that much or found out her real name, and she dumped me a day later. But I did get some pretty bomb furniture, and I got to do a sick-ass dive off the diving board. So who really had the last laugh, huh? And also, if I'm remembering correctly, my Habbo Hotel character was a white guy with dreadlocks, so the whole thing was just bad news. And I was a pretty frequent epic gamer when I was a child, but I didn't truly fall in love with video games until one Christmas where my dad, biological dad, he got me a Nintendo 64. And dude, I played so much N64, it was repulsive. It was disgusting. I blew on so many cartridges, I had the lungs of a chain smoker now. That's how I say hi now. And for a few years, the only time I could actually play N64 was either at my friend's house or when I went to go visit my dad every other weekend, because, you know.
Divorce.
So when I was visiting my father to spend quality time with my father, I was just playing N64 the entire time. Though, just the whole fucking time. Hey, buddy, you want to go play catch? Oh yeah, I'd love to play catch. If you want to catch these hands, bitch. I'm trying to get a sick picture of Pikachu on a surfboard if you can't tell. So how about you fuck off? Okay. Dude, perfect example of how obsessed I was. One weekend when I was visiting my dad, I was supposed to be like helping him move into his new house. And I remember I like snuck away for a little bit and like secretly plugged in my N64 to a television and played Paper Mario. He got pretty pissed off, understandably so. But you know, at the same time, don't schedule a big move on the same weekend your son's gonna visit you, obviously. Biological fathers, take notes. But the N64 was and still is my favorite video game console of all time. I just remember having so much fun playing when I was a kid. Me and my sisters would play these like incredible iconic games like Super Mario 64, Pokemon Stadium, Star Fox 64, GoldenEye. The list goes on. But amidst all these incredible iconic games, there was one video game that completely took over my life, and that was The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. I cannot tell you how much I love this game. To this day, it is still my favorite video game of all time, and I don't think anything will even come close to it. Besides Everybody loves gaming. Bruh. And I know I'm not unique for saying this. Ocarina of Time is a lot of people's favorite games, but still, the story, the gameplay, that sense of wonder and excitement you feel when you first run out into Hyrule Field, and the feeling you get after solving a difficult puzzle or beating a tough boss, everything about it was just perfect. I can make an entire video about why I love Ocarina of Time so much, and just the impact that it had on my life and my childhood. But that's not what this video is about. So when I was around maybe 17 or 18, which is almost fucking 10 years ago now, I was at that point where I probably beat Ocarina of Time like, I don't know, more than like 20 times at least, I don't know, a lot. So I knew the layouts of all the dungeons really well, and I could finish them pretty quick. And there was one particular dungeon in the game called the Water Temple. And that was my favorite one, because you know, I got that drip. But no, if you've played Ocarina of Time on the N64, you know how fucking annoying the Water Temple is. You have to constantly change the water levels in the temple, and you have to constantly open the start menu to switch to your regular boots, to your iron boots. You gotta do that like a million times. And it was so hard that like the director of the game had to publicly apologize for it. It was gnarly. But 18-year-old Kurtis, I had the whole thing memorized, man. And I could do it pretty quick. I remember doing it over and over and over again to see how fast I could get it done. I remember I got my record down to like, I think it was like 31 minutes. And I thought it was hot shit, man. I was like bragging to my friends about it. Even though I don't think any girl would be like, yo, you hear about Kurtis's time on the Water Temple? 31 minutes. Yeah, it may have been the Water Temple, but it wasn't getting anybody wet. So I remember one day, I decided to take a look on YouTube to see if anybody could even come close to my epic 31-minute time. And that's when I see a video of someone beating the Water Temple in 2 minutes and 29 seconds. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Now, obviously, they use a bunch of glitches and exploits to practically skip everything and go right to the boss. But still, I remember being like fucking blown away. And I think this was my like real introduction to the concept of speedrunning. And speedrunning has become like super popular, but if you somehow don't know what it is, here's a quick definition. A speedrun is a playthrough or a recording thereof of a whole video game or a selected part of it, such as a single level, performed with the intention of completing it as fast as possible. So I was technically speedrunning the Water Temple before I even knew what speedrunning was, which is kind of cool, I guess. I mean, I don't want to say I invented speedrunning, but I mean, if you guys want to say that, that's fine. But after seeing that 2-minute Water Temple run, I kind of fell down the rabbit hole and I just fell in love with it, man. It's fascinating, it's entertaining, it's impressive. Also, fellas, a little tip, the next time you're bumping uglies with someone and you arrive a little earlier than expected, just say you're doing a sex speed run and you're in the clear. Seriously though, in the last few years, I've become like just so fascinated with speedrunning and all of its components. Unfortunately, there are a lot of cringe compilations from a certain speedrunning marathon, which are very funny.
So confirmed, Santa's #1 helper is a squirrel.
I would really prefer if you would be quiet.
But I mean, you can make a cringe compilation about anything that people are passionate about. Because when you love something that much and you devote your like entire life to it, you don't care if what you're doing is cool or normal even, right? You're just genuinely enjoying the thing that you love. And I think that's beautiful, right? There's some really amazing content creators out there like Summoning Salt, The Rixer, EasyScape, Bismuth, who do these incredible deep dives into the overall progression of a particular speedrun, or they'll explain glitches and exploits that people use to beat a dungeon in a fraction of the time that I can, even though I spent weeks and weeks trying to do it. It's fine, I'm happy for them. But the glitches that these speedrunners pull off are just, I just can't wrap my head around them. And I've seen a lot of them, okay? I have seen a lot of glitches. I've watched tutorials even, just to make, just to find out how they do it. But I've never actually like tried any of them. So how about we do that? Let's go try a speedrunning glitch. Okay, so the glitch I'm gonna try is in Super Mario 64. There's this endless staircase in the game where if you don't have enough stars, this just goes on forever. But there's apparently a glitch that lets you kind of beat that. You kind of do you do a long jump backwards and it kind of shoots you up the stairs. Okay, this is harder than I thought. How do you do it? Hold on. Come on! Oh my god. I did it! Holy shit, that was so much easier than I thought. Nice. I thought this was gonna take like a half hour. Okay, cool. Back to me. Well, that was a walk in the park. Feels good though, man. I get it. I'm hooked. I'm addicted. Done. You know what? I gotta chase this high. Doing one successful glitch That's not enough. I don't want to just sit on the bench and watch anymore, okay? This isn't my middle school basketball team. I want to know what it's like to be #1 on a speedrunning leaderboard. I've watched enough of these videos. I think it's time to fulfill my speedrunning destiny that began 10 years ago at the water temple, and I need to become a world record speedrunner. So let's go do that. Okay, so obviously it'd be pretty fucking stupid for me to try to go for an Ocarina of Time speedrun because people spend like literal years to try to get their time down. And I don't have that much time. Well, I mean, I guess I do. I could just not upload for like 5 years and try to do it. But I like uploading videos. And also this video actually has a deadline. So I need to find a video game that's like way less competitive. And that's going to be tough because I feel like any like modern game is gonna be pretty competitive, right? Just because it's like new and exciting, right? I'm playing Hitman 3 on stream right now. So how about we take a look at those leaderboards to get like a general idea of what like a new game speedrun time would be. The first level took me like 90 minutes to beat. So let's see. Okay, 6 seconds. All right. So yeah, I don't think any newer game is gonna be a good call for me. So I need to find an old video game, but an old video game that isn't well known and loved by a lot of people, I guess. So I have all my old N64 games in this basket here. I'm going to go through them and see which ones I could potentially speedrun, if any. So let's have a look. While searching up all the leaderboards for these, I was surprised by the sheer amount of runs that have been completed for these games. It's crazy to think how there can be so many different communities and rivalries within these 20-year-old video games. And most of these are just way too competitive, and there was no way I could even come close to a #1 spot. Dude, even with games that I thought wouldn't have any records like Monopoly, there's still several records from people as recent as like a month ago. Monopoly. No fucking way, man. It is also pretty funny that one person holds the #1 spot in every category for a game called Monopoly. Can't write a better joke than that, man. Okay, unfortunately going through all my childhood games was a bust, and not the good kind of bust. And I guess that's good. That'd be really weird if I did that. All my childhood games were just too popular and already had super competitive, devoted speedrunning communities. But just when all hope was lost, I remembered an N64 game I purchased at an antique store a few months ago. And yeah, the fact that something from my childhood now qualifies as an antique makes me want to hammer a nail into my thigh, but it's all good. The game I purchased at this antique store is called Waialae Country Club True Golf Classics. I bought it for $5 because I like vintage stuff and I also like golf, so I thought, hey, why not, right? The game was released in 1998, and Golf Digest describes it as the worst golf video game man has ever known. So I guess that means women know of a worse golf game than that? Why are you hiding it from us? Speak up, ladies.
Come on.
And if we take a look at the Waialae Country Club leaderboard on speedrun.com, there's only a couple of people to beat in each category, but there is only one person to beat in the stroke play, no easy shot, real hardware category. So if I'm going to get a world record speedrun, I think this is my best bet. But you know what? If I'm going to do this, if I'm going to really go for the world record, I need some tips from a professional. You know, just like my magician video and my AI video, I want to talk to someone who is knowledgeable and like in this community before I really dive in. So I reached out to one of my favorite speedrunners, SmallAnt, and he was actually down to talk to me for this video. So yeah, come along. Let's learn how to speedrun. All right. Hello, Tanner. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
Hold on, you're Canadian, right?
Yeah, Canadian.
Me too, fellow Canadians. But yeah, I thought I'd reach out, talk to you because I've been watching your videos for the last couple months, and they're gnarly. It seems like the dedication you put in is crazy.
No, it's fun.
So yeah, how'd you get into the whole like speedrunning?
Pretty much what happened was I was just like casually streaming games on Twitch for a while, and a friend of mine did a lot of speedrunning. There was a tournament for Super Mario Odyssey speedrunning. The game had just come out. It was like 2017. And she jokingly said, you should join. Didn't really have anything to do for the next like 2 months. So I was like, sure.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
So I joined the tournament, and I don't join tournaments to lose. So right when I joined, I ended up starting just practicing like, I think it was like 8 hours a day the first day I signed up. So yeah, I basically just started grinding from then on. Eventually it turned into like content creation and where I am now. But that's pretty much how it started, was someone jokingly jokingly told me to join a tournament.
That's the best way to join.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If anyone's like someone like me who isn't like, you know, in the speedrunning community or isn't very good at it yet, what's like a good tip for beginners?
For getting into speedrunning, I think the biggest thing is to just do runs. Like if you're trying to learn a speedrun, like the best way to get into it is to learn the bare minimum you need to do to complete a run in like a reasonable amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Like learn the bare minimum and then do a run. And like after you do a run, you'll be able to know, okay, this was bad, I'll practice those, and then you can do another run. And like you switch in between, like you do runs to figure out what you're bad at, and then once you know what you're bad at, you practice those things and do another run.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So not to like stress too much about everything, just kind of you get the basics and then you kind of just dive in. Okay. So this was my plan.
Okay.
I obviously know I'm not going to do like a Super Mario Odyssey run or an Ocarina of Time run or something like that, where it's like
super competitive and
just
difficult,
and insane that it would take me like years to even come close to. So I found a game for N64.
Okay.
It's a very old, like not very popular golf game. There's only one record on the page. So technically, if I beat that, then I'll have a #1 world record for this golf game that nobody played. Do you think that'd be probably my best bet if I were to just go for the number one?
I mean, yeah, there's only one person to beat, right?
Yeah, that's it, just one person.
I mean, that works. A world record's a world record if you beat him, so it counts.
Exactly. Okay, I have your blessing.
Oh, I've done that so often. You know, see a dumb world record that you can take, go for it.
Yeah, fuck it.
It's good content.
Yeah, exactly. That guy's gonna be so bummed, whoever does have the world record.
After you beat them, they'll be technically the worst person in the world. They're last.
Yeah, exactly. If you ain't first, you're last, especially when there's only 2 people. Again, I thanks for your time. I knew it's gonna be quick. I just wanted to talk to someone in the speedrunning community. I love the content you make, and where can people find you?
I mean, I'm SmallAnt on pretty much every platform. You can find me there by searching it up. I play games wrong.
Perfect. Nailed it. With the blessing from SmallAnt and my Wildlife Country Club True Golf Classics cartridge in hand, it was finally time to start playing this game. Okay, so my first playthrough was a little rough. I was off to a pretty good start, and the game actually seemed a lot easier than I thought it would be, and I actually made a huge time-saving discovery on my first playthrough. Oh, you can speed it up. If you hold B, oh my god, if you hold B, it goes faster. This is a game changer. This is a game changer. So that was nice. I got this fucking caddy next to me. He's not doing anything. Give me some advice, bro. Massage my shoulders at least, you know? Give me a little kiss.
Caddies need to start kissing their golfers.
Then I realized I had easy shot mode turned on, and that's not the category I'm going for. But once I switched the easy shot mode off, that's when things went really downhill. So the way the swinging mechanic works is you have to press A to initiate your shot, hit A again at the right part of the arc to get you the right distance, and then you press A again when the marker gets to the red zone at the bottom to hit a successful shot. And if you miss that red zone by even a little bit, you totally shit the bed and the ball barely goes anywhere. Dude, this is hard. And I need to get better at literally every single aspect of this game. But the main issues I noticed were my putting, and my distance control. Get over the bunker, go, 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 fuck! Oh, God. So I'm gonna try to practice for a few hours every day because I really need to get my time down. Because right now, my first run was like 19 minutes. So I need to shave off 8 whole minutes, which in speedrunning time is a lot. Dude, if this was a get a sugar mama on Habbo Hotel speedrun, I'd knock it out of the fucking park, man. Be way easier. And I know it's gonna be very difficult to beat the record in the short amount of time that I've given myself, but I don't think it's impossible. So I'm gonna hop back on and keep practicing because, you know, practice makes perfect, unfortunately. So yeah, wish me luck. Over the next few days, I was getting a little more comfortable with the controls and the swing mechanic, and I was starting to figure out the general pace that I needed to beat the record. My new goal was to beat each hole in around 40 seconds, because based on my big brain calculations, if I get 40 seconds per hole, that's a 12-minute run. That's what she said. So I just needed to aim for that, and then I can make up some time along the way if I hit some good shots. And yeah, I hit some good shots.
Nice shot! Nice on! Nice car!
So at this point, I was playing around like a couple hours every day. I lowered my time to 15 minutes and 24 seconds. Then I got a 14:26. And the day after that, I was able to get my time down to 13:55. And I'm gonna be honest, things really just weren't improving at the rate that I needed them to be. I was playing for a few hours every day, but I just could not get my time down. And then I thought back to my interview with Tanner.
Right when I joined, I ended up starting just practicing like, I think it was like 8 hours a day the first day I signed up. So yeah, I basically just started grinding.
And I honestly think I was subconsciously avoiding this aspect of speedrunning. Getting a world record speedrun isn't something that you achieve by just practicing for a couple of hours every day. You know, if I wanted to do this, I needed to fully devote all my time to this game and the speedrun. So that's what I did. I started grinding for at least 6 hours a day, practicing holes I was bad at, testing out new strategies I thought of. I even timed each different character's swing in Final Cut frame by frame to see who had the fastest swing. All of this while doing run after run after run after run. You may think that's extra or obsessive, and you're absolutely right, but the way that I rationalized this behavior in my head was like this. If you have a week to throw a hot dog off the top of a building and for it to land perfectly in an open bun that's on the ground, would you rather have a good amount of wieners to throw or the most wieners you could possibly throw? The answer's obvious. Give me all the wieners. So this game pretty much became my entire life, and yeah, when you do the same thing for hours and hours every single day for weeks on end and you don't achieve the thing you're trying to achieve, gets pretty frustrating.
Come on. Ow. Come on. Come on, man. You can fucking make a single part today. Jeez.
Yeah, I haven't been this angry like ever. I've never been this upset with anything in my life. I really learned a lot about myself, and none of the things I learned were good things about myself. But at this point in my speedrunning journey, I figured out a way to eliminate a lot of the messed up shots that I was getting. Trying to hit the little red mark at the bottom of the arc when it's going that fast every single time, it's like 10-year-old me watching any scene in Space Jam that featured Lola Bunny. Really hard, but there is a way to actually give yourself some leeway. If you press A before the slider gets into the red zone at the top, you can miss the red zone at the bottom and still hit an okay shot. It won't be perfect, but you know, it's acceptable. So to avoid me going into the red zone at the top, I would just change my club super quick, and then I would just use that method that I just explained. And this helped out tremendously, and I was able to finally get my time under 13 minutes.
Oh my god. 12:19, no fucking way.
Unfortunately, this is where my time would stay for the next week until one day where I was finally on pace to beat the record. So the run was off to a pretty rough start. A messed up tee shot on the second hole led to a short approach, which put me 10 seconds behind my best time. But a really good shot on the 7th hole put me 11 seconds ahead. Perfect example of how fucking annoying it is to speedrun this terrible game. But you know what? In this round, I'll say it, I was playing out of my fucking mind, dude. I was popping off. And by the time I got to the 10th hole, I was a full 20 seconds ahead. I slowly improved my pace with each hole, and with only 2 more holes to play, I was almost an entire minute ahead of my best time. So I was on pace to beat the record by a full 20 seconds. And then this happened.
Oh my god, what was that? What was that? What was that?
Yep, I pretty much played 16 holes without messing up. And then when I'm finally on pace to beat the record, I just fuck up a super easy shot. And yeah, you can imagine how upset I was.
I can't believe I just did that. Go, bitch. Come on, man. Come on. This was it, man. This was fucking it. What are you doing? Dude, I was a full minute behind.
Again, I hate this fucking game. And you know, any sane person probably would have, you know, thrown in the towel for the night, but I didn't want to throw in the towel, okay? I wanted to throw a wiener off a building. So that's what I did.
Okay, I gotta go again. I have to.
I started another run right after, and by the time I got to the 17th hole, I was roughly 20 seconds behind the pace of my previous run. So, in reality, I could make or break this run with my next shot. I just had to not mess it up like I did the last time. And luckily, I fucking nailed it.
Go. Why not?
So all I had to do to get the world record was to beat the last hole in less than 43 seconds. I played the hole pretty well, but I hit my approach shot a little too far, so I now had a 25-foot putt to beat the world record. After weeks of grinding for hours and hours every single day, I was one putt away. And I missed it. I fucking missed it. Let's freeze frame, shall we? I was that far away. I was a dick hole away from the record. That would have given me an 11:41. Dude, yeah, this was actually like really devastating to me.
Come on.
You know, I put hours and hours into this game because I wanted the record, you know? I want to make a good video that has a good story with a triumphant ending, okay? You know, that's why I put myself through this, is for this video. But even aside from, you know, making a video about it, I can't spend 3 weeks to just not get the record, you know? Then all of this is for nothing. And also at this point, Jenna was like, hey, you need to stop playing this game, obviously, because it was like visibly stressing me out and making me sad. But I decided that I was going to give myself just one more day. If I didn't get the record by midnight on March 20th, I'd call it quits and give this video the School of Rock treatment, I guess. You know, I don't win the big thing, but we all learned a lesson along the way or something. And then I go start a music school. Oh, yeah. So on March 20th, I got all set up and I started doing my final runs. So for the final day, to like trick my brain into like performing better, I kept telling myself that the record is 11:33, even though it's 11:43. That way, if I'm not on pace to get 11:33, you know, I'll really like push myself to focus and like go faster, you know? I don't know if that actually did anything, but at the time it made perfect sense to me. So I started doing some speed runs, and the whole day I was just stuck at the 12-minute mark. And it was really disheartening, man. I was like fully prepared to just fucking, you know, just give up. You know, and it was getting towards the end of the day, and I only had about 15 minutes left in my memory card, so I decided that I would do one final run.
All right, well, this is literally the last run I'm going to do, so better make it good.
And oh boy, did I ever make it good. I was at a pretty standard pace up until the 8th hole when I made a really sweet chip in. And now, since it was my last run, I thought, fuck it. I got nothing to lose. You know, let's go for the red zone at the top and see what happens, you know?
Come on. Let's fucking go, dude. Come on, man. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, 2 perfect shots in a row and 2 good putts put me at a great pace at the halfway point. I just needed to play the back half the same way I did the first half to have a shot at the record. And somehow, I didn't just play the same way I did in the first half. I played better. For the entirety of the back half, I hardly made any mistakes. I was laser focused, dude. Look at that gamer face. But the real turning point of the run didn't happen until hole 16. My first shot was good, but my second shot ended up rolling only 4 feet away from the hole. And with that, all I needed to do was finish the last 2 holes in about a minute. And as the 17th hole loaded up, you know, I thought back to my messed up shot that cost me the run the day before, and I just prayed to Dr. Witnesser that it didn't happen again. Thankfully, I hit it well, and the shot just barely missed the sand trap and rolled around 27 feet away from the hole. And somehow, even though I missed a 25-foot putt the day before, the putt went in. Now I just had to beat the final hole in 37 seconds. And again, like I said before, it was my last run, so I was like, fuck it, dude. I got nothing to lose. I go in the red zone. I nail it. My second shot, I do a full power red zone, the hardest shot to do, and I just barely pull it off. I then chip it to about 6 feet away from the hole, and all I have to do is get this putt in to beat the world record. 3 weeks of grinding this game for hours every single day through all the messed up shots, the close calls, the years taken off of my life. On my final run with literally the last opportunity I've given myself, I hit the putt and it rolls in, giving me a time of 11 minutes, 41 seconds, and 51 milliseconds, which rounds up to 11 minutes and 42 seconds, which makes me the world record holder of the stroke play, no easy shot, real hardware category of Waialae Country Club True Golf Classics for the Nintendo 64. Yes! Now you're probably thinking I was super stoked when I got the world record, right?
But remember,
All day I was telling myself that the record was 11:33, so I was fully under the impression that I was still an entire 10 seconds off. But hey, let's look at my reaction of me getting the world record after trying for 3 weeks straight.
That was the best time I had all day, too.
Yeah, looking back at it now, whoa, I'm a fucking idiot. I literally had the world record, but I was like legitimately crushed because I had no idea. But once I finally realized, I turned my camera on really quick to get my reaction. So here's that.
I'm literally the dumbest man. I'm the dumbest man on earth. I've been doing this for so long, I forgot what the fucking record was. I did it. I fucking did it. I wish my reaction was a bit more excited on the actual recording. Fuck, oh my god. Holy shit, man.
Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro.
Well, was this all worth it? Good question. Yeah, absolutely it was. I now have a world record, which is pretty cool. If you go to speedrun.com and search up Waialae Country Club True Golf Classics, you'll see my name on the #1 spot, which is pretty cool. Well, for now anyway. I guess, who knows, maybe by the time you watch this video, my record will be beaten. And I'll be really sad. So please, nobody beat my record. I will cry, and that's a promise. And I already had a huge amount of admiration and respect for speedrunners, but after this video, that's increased like tenfold. And also, as annoying and infuriating and frustrating this whole process was, it was also one of the most rewarding experiences of like my whole life. It's silly because it's like a shitty golf game from like 20 years ago, but seeing myself improve after each week and enough to get a world record, I'm so proud of myself, man. Nothing can take that away from me. Well, unless someone beats my record. So if you want to try speedrunning, or if not, if there's anything you want to do and get good at, I guess what I learned is you really have to put the time in. And sometimes you just got to say, fuck it. I got nothing to lose. And also, if you're trying to beat a record or just achieve something, just trick your brain into thinking that you failed, and it'll all work out. Yeah, shout out SmallAnt for talking to me in this video. Shout out Brosis420 for setting a very, very difficult time to beat. You made my life a living hell, but I appreciate you for it. But if anyone from the real Waialae Country Club in Hawaii is watching right now, when traveling is allowed, please let me come play at your course, okay? I think I've earned that. All right? And you know, I'll film the whole process of it. It'd be great, man. Kurtis town is in Hawaii, so I think this is a sign. I need to go. All right, well, let's hear a word from our sponsor. This video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Folks, the internet is pretty awesome, okay? I think we can all agree on that. But it can also be really dangerous if you're not careful. Did you know that every time you connect to an unencrypted Wi-Fi network, you're putting your personal data at risk? It's true. Your connection can be intercepted by hackers who are trying to steal your data, or your internet service provider who's trying to sell your data. No thank you. But with ExpressVPN, you have a secure tunnel between your device and the internet, so nobody can access your data or see what you're up to. Basically, using the internet without ExpressVPN is like passing a note in class and having the teacher read it aloud for everyone else to hear. It's a nightmare. ExpressVPN utilizes the best-in-class encryption to ensure that your data is protected. Also, ExpressVPN masks your IP address by routing your connection through one of their 3,000+ servers, therefore replacing it with one of their own, so nothing can be traced back to you. And with servers in 94 different countries, you have a wide variety of locations you can choose to appear from. And since ExpressVPN allows you to change your location, that also allows you to access content that's usually blocked in your area. For example, I can't watch Back to the Future on Canadian Netflix, So all I have to do is click a couple times and switch over to Australian Netflix, and there it is. I'm watching the movie. And this works with any streaming service in any country. If you're in America, you could switch over to Canadian if you want. I don't care. Do what you want. ExpressVPN is consistently faster than any other VPN provider. They have 24/7 customer support to help you out any time of day. It's super easy to use, and ExpressVPN was rated #1 by CNET, The Verge, Wired, Tech Radar, and many more. So what are you waiting for? Find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free by visiting expressvpn.com/CurtisTown or just clicking the link in the description below. So yeah, thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video. Hope you guys check them out because it also helps me when you guys check out the sponsors, and it helps them, it helps you, everybody wins. All right, back to me. All right, that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm sorry for not uploading for 3 weeks, but as you can see, I was busy, okay? I wasn't just twiddling my thumbs, I was twiddling my one thumb on the joystick. It's different. Press the like button if you enjoyed it. 1 like equals 1 hot dog that I will throw off the roof of a building. And also it just lets me know that you guys enjoy these longer experiment video essay type videos more. Yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know if you have any more ideas of things I can try or look into for videos like this. Press the subscribe button, because as soon as you press the subscribe button, you become a valued citizen of Kurtistown. And if you didn't know, Kurtistown is the best place to live in the world, and I'm the mayor, so you have to be nice to me. It's the law. Oh my god, I can finally shave now. Wow. No more mean comments telling me to shave. I didn't want to mess up continuity, okay? And also I hate when people tell me what to do with my body, so I kept growing this out of spite because shut up, but also continuity. Yeah, you can check the description for the other things I do, my Instagram, Twitter, my weekly podcast called Very Really Good. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm streaming on Twitch twice a week now, so go follow me there. It's a great time, you know, it's chill. We just play games, we goof around. It's a great time. Yeah, that's it. I would stick around, but I unfortunately have to go. I have to go burn this cartridge and snort the ashes. Peace. Of course not. Of course not.